Hey everybody, what's up? I hope you're all having a great day, and of course, welcome back to another Cars 3 Diecast review. Today we have the Gask-its number 80 racer, Rex Revler. So without any further ado, let's dive right into the review of this awesome racer. So I bought him on Amazon for $5.99 as an add-on item, and that means that you have to have at least $25 worth of other eligible items for you to be able to purchase the add-on item. So it kind of stinks because you can't just buy the add-on item alone, but I had a couple other things and my mom also had some items that she wanted to buy, so it worked out. I also had Dud Thorttleman in the cart because he was in stock at the same time, but this guy, he was not. Parker Brakeston is also in case B, like Dud Thorttleman, who I reviewed yesterday, and Rex Revler. Of course, the entire list of contents for case B will be in the description below. Now, the funny thing is, a couple days ago, I'm recording this on Friday, so I'm trying to think when this will be out. But on Friday, which is the day I'm recording this, I checked my wish list and it showed that Parker Brakeston was in stock for $5.99 as an add-on item. But when I went to click him, he was sold out. It was the most devastating thing in like the last day. I can't say in the last week or month because my uncle passed away. But yeah, it was pretty sad that he just literally sold out moments before I clicked on him. But oh well, Hicks with headset and Cruz Ramirez are also in the case, but they are out in 2 packs in the first wave of 2 packs for Cars 3. Ralph Carlo and Jack the Post will be in a future case. So not entirely sure when they will be out, but most likely after, the current singles that are being released now. Blindsided by a new generation of Piston car racers, Lightning McQueen finds himself suddenly pushed out of the sport he loves. So sad. To get back on top, he will need the help of a young race technician, Cruz Ramirez, inspiration from the late fabulous Hudson Hornet, and guidance from a few old friends along the way. A few old friends, is that Chick Hicks? No, I'm just kidding. That's probably going to be one of his enemies in the movie. But that's all for the package. I just wanted to let you guys know that if you buy on Amazon, just be aware that the package won't come in mint condition. I rarely ever receive something in good condition from Amazon because the way they ship their items is absolutely atrocious. Like maybe if you're lucky, they'll include 1 or 2 airbags, but that's it. So the items are banging around in the box during transit and it's just terrible. But at least I was going to open up this guy anyway. I guess I'll have to find one in a store, maybe buy one on eBay if it comes to that to keep in the package. But I'll be right back with this awesome diecast opened up. So here's Rex opened up, looking great. Now before we get into the review of him, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for the lighting being a little bit weird. Like I've said in previous videos, whenever I review a blue car, my camera just loses it for whatever reason. It gets dark, it gets funky, so I do apologize, but there's nothing I can do about it. One other thing that I wanted to mention is that Rex is the same model as Chip Gearing's, aka Combustor number 11, Bobby Swift, Octane Gain number 19, and Reb Meeker Tank Coat number 36. I also believe he will be the same as Jack the Post, who is Toe Cap number 4. They also all have the same expression, but that's okay with me. They did the same thing with the Cars 1 Piston Car racers, so I fully understand. I mean, it's a lot of racers to change it up on each one, so I'm cool with it. I'm just happy that they're making all of the racers, or at least I hope they do. It seems like they will because they did that for Cars 1 and Cars 2, and they're already off to a great start. Like, how many racers have they released so far? It's at least 20 if you combine the stock cars and the next gens. But anyway, it's time to get into the review of him, starting with his appearance. So I think I might have seen him in a blur one time in a trailer, but like I said in my review of Dud Thorttleman, it's really pointless to point out a blur. Like when we see the movie on June 16th or wherever you live, I know it comes out at different dates in different countries, we will know where this guy appears exactly in the movie. We do know that he gets replaced. I have a picture of the next gen Gask-its racer. It was there right beside the Rusty's Cruz Ramirez. I did a whole video on that. Link will be down in the description below. So there's a picture of the next gen Gask-its. We don't know his name yet. He probably won't be released for a while, but yeah, unfortunately Rex, boom, gets kicked out by the next gen there. Like with pretty much all the other stock car racers, even maybe Lightning McQueen at the very end of the movie. I have no idea, but it seems, possible at least. As for his releases, this single release is it so far, but as with a lot of the early on releases for each movie, they'll probably get re-released. Like if you take a look at the first releases for Cars 2 and Cars 1, all of those have been re-released a lot since then. Like, let me just take Acer, for example, or Professor Z. I think Professor Z is actually a bad example. He's kind of like the one exception, but Carlo Veloso, Lewis Hamilton, Nitro, Leakless, Green Ramon, etc., etc. Alright, so that's all for the intro stuff, I guess, and now it's time to review Rex and compare him to the Cars 1 Gask-its racer, Sage Vanderspin. Now, Sage is one of the harder to find piston car racers from Cars 1. Here is his most recent release earlier this year. It's actually very rare because it kind of came out like right before all the Cars 3 stuff, so it got overshadowed a lot. It's in the Movie Moment series. I will only review this if I get a second one because, first of all, I'm not going to open this one up. No way, it has that big chip right on the 8.0 there, but yeah, I do want to have another one to open. So we'll see what happens. There's like one on eBay for $30, so no thanks. I paid $20 for that one, so I'm not paying $50 for them both together. But anyway, that's a topic for another video. We're going to compare the two. So I just wish that they were more different. I feel like this pairing, along with Tank Coat, they are the most similar pairs for the Cars 1 and Cars 3 stock car racers. Like, if you look at the next gen Gask-its racer from Cars 3, it's insanely different. Like, there's like no red on it, so that's just absolutely insane. But these two are very similar. So they both have, I guess, this concept of blue, red, and yellow, and the red and yellow are mixed together with the stripes and whatnot. So you guys will see. Let's start here with the hood. I like the logo. It is updated a little bit. It's more 3D. It's more dimensional. You have the red stripe there, much broader than the yellow. On the Cars 1 version, the Gask-its text there was pretty just 2D, and it was just flat across the hood. And you have yellow right there, red in between. You just have yellow on top there for the Cars 1 version. And it also said the racetrack treat and had a picture of it. It's kind of like a candy bar, a Snickers, or maybe an ice cream bar, something like that. It definitely looks super good though, but they removed that from the hood, so I'm a little disappointed there, but I guess maybe they compensated for it on the back here, which we'll get to. He has Lightyear there on the fenders to advertise his Lightyear tires. I like the blue rims. They're like dark blue to match the paint. On the Cars 1 version, it was like a light blue to match the light blue paint. So yeah, he's now darker, a darker shade of blue. Also over here, I'm sorry for moving the camera there. I accidentally hit it. We'll move it back. You can see 80 right there. I like the red, how it comes down. Actually, that's not on the Cars 1 version. And then these things, those little black triangles, I have no idea what they're technically called. So if you do, let me know in the comment section below. On the Cars 1 version, it said 80 on the headlight there. He had a little mustache grill and obviously the mean expression. So now for Cars 3, all the stock cars will have nice expressions and the next gen racers will have mean expressions because, of course, they're somewhat of the antagonist because they're making all these other racers retire. But I guess, it's fair. They did their part. They're newer. They're the rookies. But anyway, here are his contingency sponsors. You have the Piston Cup, Vitaline, Revolting, RPM, Nitrate, Octane Gain, and Clutch Aid. All of which, obviously not the Piston Cup though, have their own racers for the movie. Obviously, we have Vitaline is already out. Nitrate is out next gen. So some of these you have one racer out. The next gen or the stock car version will be out. Clutch Aid, RPM, we don't have any yet. Same with Revolting. But I've seen pictures of those, you know, in either a trailer or on the poster. Like, I know there's a Next Gen Revolting coming in a 5-pack on Amazon. There's an RPM stock car, another 10-pack on Amazon. So they're coming, guys. There will be a lot of racers. But anyway, I like how these yellow stripes here swoop down and connect at the bottom. Also, you can see that little yellow line right there. It's a very minor detail, but I really like that Mattel adds on all of the Cars 3 racers. You can see right there, it's on Bobby Swift. It's on Rex as well. Sometimes it's just a line, or sometimes it's an arrow. For Rex here, it's just a little line, but does the work to indicate to the pit crew where to lift Rex up at to, you know, work on the base, the tires, or whatever needs to be worked on. I also like the number 80 here. It's a little bit more three-dimensional like the logo on the hood. Whereas the Cars 1 version, it's a lot more retro, very flat on the stripes right there. And the stripes are also configured a little bit differently. So you can see some minor differences, but in my opinion, again, very overall the same. On the roof here, you have the red coloring with the 80 again. Same thing here, just with the updated text. You have the roof flaps there being blue. They used to be red. And now I also like, though, this is probably the biggest difference, is that the yellow stripes here are there and the red continues on to the back. Whereas here, it was just red there, then you have blue, yellow, red. It's very blocky, all divided very nice and evenly. Whereas on the Cars 3 version, it's a little bit more mixed together. Toward the back here, you can see the Gask-its logo again, the 3D design, as I like to say. There's the gas cap. There's the half-eaten racetrack treat, I guess you can say. I like to say half-eaten burrito, but in this case, it's a little bit more desirable. Below the window here, you have the same logo. I wish they had a couple logos. Like on Mood Springs, there was the one with the background, and then there was the one without the background. For Gask-its, you just have one. I like the white stripes there on the back window. They were blue before. And on the back here, this is probably my favorite part about him because on the spoiler, it actually does say the racetrack treats. I was almost worried that they removed that decal, that slogan entirely from the diecast, but nope, it's still there. Gask-its, 80 exhaust pipes. There's the half-eaten racetrack tree again. Now on the original Cars 1 Gask-its, instead of saying Gask-its there, it actually had the racetrack tree and it said cream filler beneath it. It's really hard to see filler because the white text blends in with the yellow, but it does say that, and that's a piece of text that they completely removed for the Cars 3 version. I'm a little bit disappointed by that. I think that's why I prefer Sage over Rex Revler. So in the rare case, I feel like Rex is a decline, or I guess you could say a downgrade from the Cars 1 version. Also here, you had Gask-its on the bumper and the racetrack treat. Very simple, elegant, retro. I do like Rex a lot. Like, I like the darker shade of blue, but I just wish they kept that. I feel like there aren't enough racetrack treats. Like, you have the complete one right here. You have the, one that has a bite taken out of it right there. Bite taken out of it. Bite taken out of it. But on the Cars 3 version, it's only right there and there. Like, that's not enough for me. I feel like they should have had at least one on the hood. So we'll see what the next generation Gask-its racer brings to the table. I think it'll probably be my favorite out of all of these. But yeah, Sage, congratulations. You're the rare scenario where I actually prefer the Cars 1 racer over the Cars 3 version. Well, let me know down in the comment section below. That's just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. And before we take off here, I want to show you guys my custom Gask-its crew chief. It's made by 4-Wheel Drive 7. If you'd like to see my review of it, you can check out the description below. I reviewed him over the summer, and I actually really do like him now because he fits in a lot better with the Cars 3 version being a darker color, Even though it is accurate, though, because we did see a picture of the Gask-its crew chief in like a magazine or something, and he is actually darker than that light blue there in the magazine, I do believe. But they all look pretty nice together. Team Gask-its. Unfortunately, there's nothing else. No hauler, no pity. And yeah, so I'm very happy to have the crew chief at least because, every racer has to have a crew chief of some sort, despite how terrible the advice is. Also, it says 80 right there. So, nice little team here. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Actually, that's the first time I said. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. And yeah, usually I say like thanks a couple times. So then my second time, I'd say thanks again. So I'm just out of it. So whatever. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a lot of Cars 3 reviews lately, but I still hope you've been enjoying them. We're on to like wave 2 for deluxes, Dr. Damage, and singles now. And we'll be on to the third wave soon because I have Doc Hudson and Cruz Ramirez as Francis Beltline coming in the mail from Amazon. So expect to see those reviews possibly later this week. I know they should be coming, you know, around June 6th. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time for another video. Let me know your thoughts on these two, Rex or Sage. Let me know down below. Bye now.